In a certain sense, I grew up in a small community, not grew up, because I was a teenager when I arrived in America. And I was a Sephardic, I'm a Sephardic Jew, so I went to the Spanish and Portuguese synagogue. I was married there, actually. And I was a minority in the Jewish.
Yes,
I remember
I
lived in the village, and I would go in shops, you know how inquisitive shop, especially Jewish shops. And I said, who are you? They would say, I heard I was a foreigner. And I said, I am Jewish Italian. I said, oh, come on, they would say, there are no Jews in Italy. Look at me. But do you speak Yiddish? I said, no, we don't speak Yiddish. So you see, you're not Jewish.
Right, right.
They had never seen Italian Jews. I was married in the Spanish synagogue, Spanish and Portuguese synagogue.
It's so true, though. In the U.S., the whole East European Yiddish culture is what's considered Jewish, and Sephardic is...
The Sephardic synagogue is a tiny place in America, on 70th Street.
Yeah.
I was married there. We were a very small community in Italy since the expulsion of Jews from Spain. Most of it, well, some Ashkenazi Jews came later, but the basic identity of Italian Jews was more or less of Spanish origin. Oh, actually, in Rome, Jews like my husband's family were here since 2,000 years. They were here since Roman times, because there is historical evidence of a Jewish presence in Italy in Italy during Roman times. And actually Roman Jews, like my husband's family, claim that they were here since Roman times. They still have, many of them still have really a Roman type, straight nose, like they've been here 2,000 years. Yes, they've been there. There's a nucleus of very, very old Italian families, pre-Spanish, because some came from Spain in 1492. But for instance, my husband's family was probably in Rome since Roman times. I grew up as a Jew, and in my childhood we were really just like everybody else. But then when the fascists promulgated the racial laws in 1938, we were not like everybody else anymore. And so my husband was also anti-fascist, and so he was threatened, and we left the country. And first we took refuge in, because somebody told my father that it was likely that the fascists would arrest him. And so we left the country in 1938 when the fascists enforced the racial laws. So we left the country. We went first to Switzerland, then to Paris. We lived in Paris, and I studied there for 1 year. And then we emigrated to America in 39, maybe, when the war broke out. 39 was it, yes. And then I lived 7 years in America. I studied there.
You're very lucky.
Sure.
Your timing.
Sure. The whole family emigrated because it was lucky for the Jews of Italy, because the fascists had closed emigration. Italy was a country from where many people emigrated, but then the fascists needed cannon fodder for their wars, imperialist wars, so to speak, and so they shut the emigration. And that's how, when they enforced the racial laws against the Jews in 1938, the fascists had closed emigration from Italy for Italians and non-Jews. And so we were lucky because we could enter America in the quotas, because, America had established quotas for each country, and I think there were 6,000 Italians that could emigrate to America each year. And so the Jews emigrated.
When you came back from America to Italy,
yes.
What was it like to be a Jew post-war in Italy?
Well, we came back. We felt we belonged. My husband was very active as an anti-fascist. So in 1946 we came back. Well, he came back early during the war. He came back in 1943. He was doing underground work with everyone. working for the OWI, Office of War Information, to try to rebuild bridges between America and Italy, which had been a fascist country.
And he came back during the war.
No, he came back during the
Wow.
war. In 1943, he went to London. He operated a clandestine radio station from London with the OWI, Office of War Information. He broadcast shortwave broadcasts, trying to explain why Americans were fighting fascism and so on. And I joined him in 1946 as a correspondent. I took a job as a correspondent of religious news service, and that's how I could join him. At the end of 1945 or beginning of 1946, they would let me come over.
Were there any experiences you remember of coming back as a Jew to Italy?
I was quite moved. My husband had come already during the war.
Right.
I joined him in 1946. Actually, I came as a journalist, otherwise they wouldn't have allowed me to leave America. And I went to Germany for the Nuremberg Trials.
Wow.
And I covered the Nuremberg Trials, and then I started working as a journalist in Italy.
You covered the whole trials? Wasn't it several years?
Yeah. No, I covered the final part. The verdict and the last speeches, Goering's speech and so on. Yes, I covered the trials when I arrived.
What do you remember from that time period, from the trials?
Incredible to see these Nazis as vanquished people. And I remember Goering's last speech. He said he knew he would be sentenced to death. And he said, for us it is over, for us the Nazis. But I see the red menace coming up, and so he claimed that the Nazis were rescuing Europe from communists, you see, from Bolshevism. And he said that he saw this communist wave coming all over Europe. And that was really short before he was executed. It was quite an experience. It was I came as a journalist, otherwise they wouldn't. My husband was already in Italy. We were just only recently married. And so the only way I could join him was by having a job as a journalist. Yeah. So I got this job with the Religious News Service, and I came over here.
And when you came back to Italy, that was after the Nuremberg Trials?
No, I went to the Nuremberg Trials from Italy.
I see.
It was my first. I went there because the trials were on. I covered them for Religious News Service and for the Jewish Telegraphic Agency. And then I came to Italy and worked since then for many years as a journalist.
And was it difficult being a Jew in Italy after the war?
Not at all. No, not at all. On the contrary. On the contrary.
Why, people, it was easier?
Actually, they wanted me also to enter politics. They offered me to join, to run for the elections of the Italian parliament. But somehow I became a president of the Union of Italian Jewish Communities. For many years I covered for too long. For 4 mandates, 16 years I was president of the Union, and I was also vice president of the European Jewish Congress, which was the organization of all European Jewish communities. So I was always interested in Jewish affairs. I became a correspondent for an Israeli newspaper that was called Ma'ariv, and then I had the Religious News Service, and I covered mostly minority Protestants, Jews, and yes, Protestants, Jews, Catholics. And I worked as a journalist for many, many years for the Jewish Telegraphic Agency, for Religious News Service. I did some stories for Time magazine.
Do you feel in your own life, as you look back on your life, has there ever been a time where God helped you, where you had to rely upon God to get you out of a situation?
This is a delicate issue. I would touch my faith.
This is a lot of what I'm interested in, is people's belief about when when they had to rely on something bigger than themselves?
I felt always in life that I had mainly to rely upon myself. With my conscience and with whatever I am, belonging to an ancient Jewish community which I have never betrayed. Though we were persecuted and there were the racial laws, I felt that my dignity required that I not deny myself because I was being persecuted. And I stuck to my identity. I was not particularly religious, but when I went to America, I met a nice Jewish boy, Italian Jew, and we were married in the Spanish and Portuguese synagogue.
What's the state of Jews in Italy today?
Total equality, no problems. Yeah, a minority,
right,
but highly respected. I was president of the Union of Italian Jewish, first woman in history. For the Union of Italian Jewish Communities, and I was also vice president of the European Jewish Congress, which is the Federation of European Jewish Communities. And I was active as a vice president, and I was president of the Union of Jewish Communities in Italy for 4 mandates for over 16 years. They liked the idea. There had never been a woman, and so if they gave me 4 mandates, they liked. They were more feminists than they thought.
What are you most proud of from your life?
Of not having denied my identity and trying to be myself. A Jew, belonging to a community that has been living here since ancient Roman times. Photos you want to take of me?
Well,
because I'm not
we'll
much
see.
to be photographed.
That's your opinion.
No, I'm an old lady. And this is a minister?
No, it's a friend of mine who's a psychologist.
He looked into your soul?
Yeah. And he ran.
Good for you.
Yeah. I said he ran, not me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Good for you.
So
it means that you are worth running away from.
Yeah, exactly. That there's something there. Thank you very much. And now we'll figure out how to make a portrait, okay?
Shall I put some makeup on?
If you'd like to, sure.
Do I have to?
I don't think you need to, but if you'd like to, that's fine.
I don't know. Do I have some lipstick on? I don't think. Did I put some lipstick on? You don't
It
see
looks like you have a little. I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to put on any lipstick for this, so you don't need to.
You look lovely, eh? Where did your family come from? Russia, probably.
On my father's side, from Latvia and from Lithuania, and on my mother's side, from Austria-Hungary. You know,
a nice mixture. Well, Ashkenazi.
Yeah, Ashkenazi. Yeah, of course.
Well, there are so few Sfaradim in America.
Yeah, although very nice communities.
We were married at the Spanish and Portuguese synagogue in New York. There was the old rabbi, I don't know whether you ever heard, the Solapur, an old famous rabbi of Spanish origin. And we were married in the Spanish and Portuguese synagogue on 17th Street. You are from New York?
No. From Atlanta, from Georgia.
From the south.
Yeah. So I have an idea that the best place for us to
I didn't even offer you coffee. Would you like some coffee?
Let's do a couple pictures first.
Okay.
Okay? I think the best place for you to sit to do your portrait is actually at the other end of the sofa because you'll be in the light of the window.
Yeah. Is my hair okay?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
No makeup.
No, I think it's okay.
So women leaders did not do so bad in my case.
Yeah, good for you.
No, despite the resignation of the chief rabbi of Rome, I held my own and said, I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbi, but I was elected democratically. I cannot, to please you, I cannot resign. And so he resigned.
Wow, that's outrageous.
So
Said
what?
that my monitor had said that no woman should sit at the head of a board of Jews, and therefore I was not entitled to the job. But the Italian Jews said it was not true, that it was okay for them, and so he became elected.
So you were the president during the 6-Day War.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was the reaction in Italy?
Tough.
Go ahead and the kind of picture I want to take is just very natural.
Shall we talk?
No. No. So just look right into the camera.
Cheese or no cheese?
No cheese. Just
no cheese.
More.
Serene.
Yeah.
No, but you know, smiling is better.
It's your choice.
Both. Should I look at the camera?
Yeah, look right as you're looking into my eyes.
Cheese and no cheese.
I think more serene. More.
Am I not serene enough?
You're very serene. You're more serene than I am. I should only be so serene.
Shall I look or not?
Yeah, come look at me. Very nice.
Cheese? Where do you want me to look?
Look right in the camera.
Will you send me a few?
I'm gonna send you. I'll send you them all. I'll make you.
I give one to each of my kids, but
It's funny, the niece that you saw in the pictures, when I go to Atlanta, she likes photography. So I make her do the selects with me. I put them all out on the dining room table and I say, okay, Rebecca, I'm giving her photography lessons by helping me.
she wants to be a photographer too.
She's starting to like it. You know that age when a kid is trying to
It's
figure
a
out what they
wonderful
like?
profession. It's like being a journalist. Even better, you don't have to talk so much.
That's right.
Or to ask so many questions.
Exactly.
But these photos, for what will you use them?
Just for a personal project that
You're going to do a book?
I want to do a book and an exhibition.
There's a French journalist who came here who did also a lot of photos on the Italian Jews.
Oh yeah.
But you would shoot general photos.
Yeah, I'll shoot people from different faiths. It'll be all
Are you going
different.
to see the Protestants too? They
Yeah.
have a wonderful church near Porta Pia.
Okay.
The Waldensians, they're the oldest Protestant community in Europe, in the world actually.
Wow.
The Waldensians, they were established here by a man called Peter Waldus, and he was before the Lutheran, before Martin Luther, he was in Italy in the 13th century, the Middle Ages practically, and he established a Protestant church. The Waldensians are the oldest Protestant Jewish community.
Before Luther.
Yeah, 12th century.
Wow.
He got into trouble with the church. Of course.
Yeah, of course. As in protest.
They didn't burn him though. I don't think so. No, they didn't burn him.
So I'm gonna start putting away my equipment. Excuse me.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, it's great to meet
And
you.
if you can send me one nice photo, I will be happy.
One. Okay, I'll pick one.
Just for the souvenir. Did you take color? Color photos?
Black and white. Yeah.
If you have one particular, they often ask me for a photo. If you have one that is particularly good,
I'll send it to you.
thank you.
You bet.
Very looking as natural as possible. No, because
Do you want
sometimes-
smiling or serious?
both.
So you want two. Now you want two photos.
No, then smiling is better. Cheese.
Yeah.